What's good, everybody? It's Big Game James. I'm in these streets. I'm in these work streets doing the damn thing. Thought I'd make a quick video before we go live tomorrow with the Big Game James show, the BGJ show with my dog, producer G. Make sure you tune in every Wednesday, 9 p.m. YouTube, Facebook. Let's get it. The stretch run is here. We just came off the bye. Cowboys just came off the bye. Played the Raiders last night. Get right game. It was I said who was the get right game for? It was either going to be for the Raiders or it was going to be for the Cowboys. I really didn't think that, the closer it got to the game with everything went on with Marshawn Kneeling, and I just felt like the Cowboys were going to play inspired football, but not just that, but that big addition that was added with Quinnen Williams, I just felt like the defense was going to be inspired. And if you've seen these prior videos, I've been saying that this had to be a defensive game. We know what the offense can do. It was scoring 30 points a game. We know what CD could do. Pickens, Williams. We've seen that offense score 30, 40 points. What we hadn't seen is that defense stop anybody. And when they needed to make a stop, they couldn't. Now, I understand it's the Raiders. They ain't no good. Geno Smith's going to probably be gone. Pete Carroll's probably going to be gone. That offensive line is one of the worst offensive lines in football, probably. So I get it. So I'm not hyping this victory at all. But a win is a win in the NFL, right? Because look at these Bears. People talking about, Ben Johnson, he got these boys right. They different now. They ain't beating not one good team. Look at their record. They ain't beat nobody good, but they're winning, and they're 7-2. And that's going to give them a chance. If they go to the playoffs, anything can happen. So I'm going to have to take this victory like all these other victories that happen with these other teams that ain't beat nobody, right? So at the end of the day, the main thing I'm really speaking on is Quinnen Williams. I'm a defensive guy. Y'all should know that. I'm a defensive coach. That's what I coach when I coach youth football, defense. I tell everybody, again, when I play basketball, football, when I play any sports, I love defense. They called me the minister of defense when I was in high school because I don't like people scoring on me. I don't like people running up and down the field. I just don't like that. I like shutting you down. And so that's why I love defense. So as much as I've seen this offense with CD and Pickens and all them guys, I want to see that defense do something. And so when I saw Quinnen Williams out there, defense just played different. Now, obviously, the true test is going to be when they play Philly, KC, and Lions, all that gauntlet of teams that are getting ready to come up, Chargers, Vikings. But those three teams in particular are the three teams I'm really looking at because they're coming, I think, all back-to-back. So you finally got a dog. Like, you got a Jalen Carter over there in Philly. Well, Dallas got a Quinnen Williams. And now them is comparable. I remember when Mozzie last year, everybody was like, Mozzie was turning up, and he was. But the reason why Mozzie was seeing them double team, not Mozzie, I'm sorry, Osa. Osa's year last year, I apologize about that. Osa's year last year, they were talking about his numbers were better than Carter's, and people were in the streets, Osa, we know damn well Osa, not better than no damn Jalen Carter. But you felt good about it, right? Quinnen Williams is there with Jalen Carter, if not more. Dexter Lawrence. Dallas has one of them now. They ain't had one in 100 years, but they finally got one, and you've seen the difference. Huh? You've seen Genty, 7 yards, 6 carries, 7 yards. But it was the pressure. Quinnen Williams came in at 1.5 sacks. I said he'd get a sack last Wednesday. 1.5 sacks, 5 quarterback hits, pressuring everywhere. You saw. And what did I say? When it started at the beginning of the season, quarterbacks hate pressure up the middle. They can evade the pressure on the outsides. They can run away from the pressure. They can evade it. They can step in. They can still make plays if you get off that line of scrimmage and you're about to get them, and they can still get that ball off, right, and make the play. But when they're seeing that pressure up the middle, this is what I've been saying forever. When they get that pressure up the middle, just like Dak don't like the pressure up the middle. That's why you had to build the inside. That's why they had to get Cooper Beebe and Tyler Smith, and then you had to get Booker. Because that front right there, you got to allow your quarterback to be able to step into his throws. When you got dogs right there, just like Myles Garrett, nasty. Aaron Donald. Myles Garrett, Aaron Donald. Me, I'm starting with a guy like Aaron Donald. because he's still getting you 10, 12, 13 sacks, and he's doing it in the middle. And when you create that pressure up the middle, it makes those edges even better, because now that pressure is coming up the middle. Where you going to go? The edges surround him, and that was, if you watch that game against the Raiders, they were swallowing up that pressure because that pressure was coming up the middle. Geno couldn't do anything. He had to try to run, and then you got guys cut. Now they encapsulating. It's like they're closing you in now because that pressure is coming up in that middle. It changes everything, and I'm just interested to see what the boys can do. I've seen the Giants go on runs. I've seen the Steelers go on runs. I've seen a whole bunch of teams in the NFL a whole bunch of years be counted out, and then they win 6, 7 in a row, get to the playoffs, and boom. Dallas actually did it in 2018 before they made the Amari Cooper trade. We were talking about that last week, that if you look at the record without the tie, this was the same exact type of thing that was happening with Dallas in 2018 when they were 3-5. They made that Amari Cooper trade, just made the Amari Cooper trade because it was desperation. People were going to really turn up on you, and they made that desperation move, and it paid off. You saw, because Cowboys went on a run after that, won like 6 or 7 in a row, made the playoffs, really should have got to the NFC Championship that game, but the defense let them down, right? This feels like the same thing if you look at it, but can they really make a run like they made a run back then and get to the playoffs and make something happen? I have my doubts. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like you had bad losses against Carolina and the Bears. You're really behind the 8 ball. You can't lose any NFC games. Maybe one. Other than that, you can't lose any NFC games. The only games you can really lose is the AFC. So I think they kind of might be out of it still. I've never seen them do something like this with the gauntlet of games. Maybe was it 2014? I ain't seen Cowboys do it a lot. I'm interested to see if they could. I have my doubts, and I have reason to have my doubts. I haven't really seen them do it in my history of watching the Cowboys, so I have my rights to have my doubts that they can do it. But I am interested to see, and now they have some tools. Revel, Overshown, Williams, Wilson, Williams and Clark. Osa got him a sack. He's going to be better now. You saw Curse is playing better. I mean, not Curse, I'm sorry. Clowney is playing better. He's getting after that quarterback. You see Ezraku. You got a legitimate defense. Carson was playing better at the corner position. Like I said, Revel's back. I'd love to see if they can fix something with Diggs. Bland's better because he got some players around him. When you got good players and you surround good players with good players and not these average wannabe players or 7th rounders, and you keep doing the bottom of the barrel, them other players that are really good are not going to look really good because they got not good players around them. But when you surround Osa with the Quinnen Williams, now Osa becomes better because Osa was already good, but now you got Quinnen Williams. Now it brings it out of him. Same thing happened with Saquon Barkley last year. Barkley has always been a really good running back, but he ain't had a good team. And finally he get a good team and good players, you saw him shine. I think this is what happens with Quinnen Williams. He changes everything. And as much as I love Michael Parsons, I'd rather start with a dog defensive tackle than a dog edge, because that dog defensive tackle creates everything. Edge is nasty, but if you got that dog middle who can stop the run and pass rush and create pressures, dog, that changes everything, because everything, if he's blowing up that middle, they got to come to the edges. That's where y'all get better. It frees up your linebackers to make them plays. Starting in the middle, it all starts up in the front, the trenches. Cowboys got a pretty good offensive line, one of the youngest in the game. Now you finally got a dog in Quinnen Williams. You better keep. My video ran out, but I'm ready to get off here anyway. But you see what I'm talking about. And one last thing. I was catching hella flack about that stuff I said about Pickens on Twitter. Y'all, you trying to pit CD. You trying to. No, I'm not. CD's a dog. Go watch that video. I said CD's a dog. I just said George Pickens an uber dog. And I just said, CD getting them double teams. Start that offense out with Pickens. Don't keep forcing it to CD Dak. Give it to Pickens. You seen 9 catches, 144 yards. The dude just give an attitude. Is different when you started with him. He's a different type of animal. You need to sign him. You can't let him go. Y'all need to do like the Bengals and have 2 high-priced receivers, because Dak, CD, and Pickens cannot not happen. He cannot leave the building. You're going to have to franchise tag him, and you have to figure it out. But you have to sign him. him and Kenny Clark are the two people you must sign, in my opinion. As I was saying, you saw how the offense is just different when you started with Pickens. CD is an animal. Ain't nobody discrediting him, and nobody's taking anything away from him. But you got Pickens for a reason. You needed another uber dog. And he is that guy that starts everything. Like I said, when he gets that ball, those first couple passes and standing and looking, and he's different. He's just different than what CD does it. And it just, to me, once he starts getting it popping, then you start killing CD underneath. And you saw it happen in the Raiders game. Feed Pickens. Take what the defense gives you. As they start doubling up Pickens, you look for CD. But Pickens got to be that guy in that offense where get him the ball early if you can and let him rumble, because CD's the type of he has an attitude. To me, CD, he can get that, like, I don't need it in the first quarter. I can get it in the second, third, fourth. I'm going to eat because I know how to work that middle. But Pickens, he the dude that you got to get that ball early. Get that edge, get that team energy, everything popping, then kill him with CD. Just me. Big Game James. I'm out. Check us out tomorrow. Peace.